If we don't figure this out, we could have a Detroit scenario here. Detroit at one point was the place for technology and automotive technology, and they dominated for decades and decades. Can we become that? Can Silicon Valley go the way of Detroit? Yes, I believe so, and it has to do with the cost of housing here.
Alex Andrade is Mountain View's economic development manager. He's talking about how the Bay Area's housing crisis is now impacting local businesses.
I like to say Mountain View is an overnight success, and every 10 to 15 years, the valley as a whole has been able to evolve in terms of its creativity and innovation.
The Silicon Valley's reputation as a tech hub has allowed its economy to grow and develop rapidly, but at the price of driving housing costs higher and higher. But while many small businesses in the area are finding it increasingly challenging to attract and retain employees, the city of Mountain View and its business owners are finding strategies to cope and even thrive despite the phenomenon.
I've been doing the restaurant business for 20 years in January, and this is the first time that I've been an owner. It was pretty easy to get enough bodies because I've been in this business for a long time. I knew a lot of.
John Andino opened Quality Bourbons and Barbecue in downtown Mountain View back in 2017. He says that while his years in the business helped him to staff his restaurant quickly, the city government has also played a role in alleviating the stress on restaurants like his.
So one thing that's unique about Mountain View is they stay ahead of everywhere else as far as minimum wage. So minimum wage here in town on the first goes up to $15.65, which is higher than all the surrounding cities. Why would you not take the 15-minute ride over here and make $2+ more an hour? So it's helpful. That's helpful to us.
Just a few storefronts down, Therapy is a clothing and gift store co-owned by Jing Chen. The Mountain View location is one of 10 in the Bay Area. Chen says hiring has become difficult at all 10 locations starting in the last 2 to 3 years.
In the past, our hiring rate has been like maybe 5% hiring rate. Like we have trouble hiring, but not because we don't have people applying. It's more because we don't have qualified candidates. But recently it's more like no one's really applying.
This is a big problem for her stores, and on top of the housing crisis, Chen says she's also now competing with tech companies for the high-quality, college-age candidates she typically hires. Still, her cheery, enthusiastic, and helpful employees are part of her store's brand, and she says she's not willing to compromise on staff quality.
We need to make sure we have the right culture fit, and they love people. So that is something that I always say, that is something that you cannot train. Someone either really enjoy the public, get something out of serving, or someone just take it as a job. So for us, we don't want to dumb it down. I don't want someone to come in to represent us just because they need a job. So our standards have always been a little bit higher than most.
Chen says that while her standards for hiring may be higher, she also offers better compensation and benefits than most small businesses. When an employee has worked at Therapy for a full year, she offers them a 401k plan and contributes 5% of their annual earnings.
As a business, I always feel like whenever there's a difficult time, we kind of need to reflect and look at how we run our business and go see what we can do to attract talent, maybe.
But Andrade warns that these business owners' strategies may only work for so long if the fundamental issue that's at the root of the labor shortage isn't addressed.
So it's not a matter of if we will grow, it's a matter of how. We have been adding jobs at a lightning pace, but we haven't been producing housing units at the same pace. That's been decades in the making. And so I believe it's going to take decades for us to see our way out of this.
Reporting for the Peninsula Press in Mountain View, California, I'm Emily Merritt.